The architecture of mass hypnosis. What if hypnosis does not look like a swinging watch? What if it does not happen in a dark room with someone whispering commands? What if modern hypnosis looks exactly like this? A phone lighting up in the middle of the night, a headline repeating the same fear over and over. A crowd laughing at the same joke. A feed showing you exactly what keeps you watching. A world moving so fast that you no longer have time to ask yourself one simple question. Do I actually believe this? When people hear the word hypnosis, they immediately imagine mind control. But mass hypnosis is usually not that dramatic. It is much quieter. It does not force you to think something. It simply surrounds you with the same message until thinking differently starts to feel uncomfortable. This is the architecture of mass hypnosis. And the most powerful part is this. Most people inside it do not feel hypnotized. They feel informed. They feel normal. They feel like everyone else finally sees what they see. That is how it works, not by taking away your mind, but by building a world around it. The first layer is attention. Before anyone can influence what you believe, they have to influence what you repeatedly notice. Your mind cannot care about everything. So whatever captures your attention again and again begins to feel important. A story you see once may be interesting. A story you see 20 times starts to feel urgent. A phrase you hear once may sound random. But a phrase repeated by headlines, influencers, podcasts, comments, and friends starts to feel like common sense. Repetition is powerful, because the brain often mistakes familiarity for truth. If something feels familiar, it feels safer. If it feels safer, it feels more believable. And if everyone around you seems to be saying it, disagreeing begins to feel risky. This is why mass hypnosis does not need everyone to be convinced. It only needs everyone to feel surrounded. The second layer is emotion. Facts can inform people. But emotions move people. Fear makes the mind search for protection. Anger makes the mind search for an enemy. Hope makes the mind search for a promise. Belonging makes the mind search for a group. When a message is attached to a strong emotion, it travels faster. People do not just share information. They share the feeling that information gave them. That is why a calm truth often loses to an emotional half-truth. The emotional message has energy, it gets repeated, it gets clipped, it gets posted, it gets argued about, and every single argument makes it louder. Mass hypnosis feeds on emotional repetition. Not because people are stupid, but because people are human. The third layer is rhythm. Every system that holds your attention has a rhythm. Morning notifications, breaking news, trending topics, short videos, outrage cycles, public reactions, then a new topic, then another one. The rhythm keeps people mentally moving. And when the mind is always reacting, it has less time to reflect. A reflective mind asks, is this true? A reactive mind asks, whose side am I on? That shift is small, but it is dangerous. Because once people stop thinking in terms of truth and start thinking only in terms of teams, their beliefs become part of their identity. And when a belief becomes identity, questioning it feels like self-betrayal. The fourth layer is social proof. Human beings look to other human beings to decide what is safe, what is normal, and what is acceptable. If a restaurant is full, we assume it must be good. If a video has millions of views, we assume it must matter. If everyone repeats the same opinion, we assume there must be something to it. Social proof is not evil. It helps us navigate the world. But it can also be engineered. Numbers can create pressure. Trends can create urgency. Comments can create the illusion of consensus. And once people believe that everyone thinks this, many stop asking whether it is actually true. They simply adapt, not because they are weak, but because exclusion is one of the oldest fears in the human mind. Even today, the nervous system often chooses belonging before accuracy. The fifth layer is language. Control the words and you shape the limits of the conversation. Certain phrases become shortcuts. Labels replace thought. Slogans replace complexity. Memes replace arguments. People begin using phrases they never fully examined. They repeat them because they sound right. They sound right because they are everywhere, and they are everywhere because people keep repeating them. That is the loop. A hypnotic message does not always need to be deep. Sometimes, it only needs to be easy to remember. The sixth layer is exhaustion. A tired mind is easier to guide. When people are overwhelmed by stress, choices, noise, conflict, and endless information, they begin to crave simplicity. Tell me who is right. Tell me who is wrong. Tell me what to buy. Tell me what to fear. Tell me what to believe. In that state, certainty becomes addictive. Even false certainty can feel comforting. This is why the architecture of mass hypnosis is not built only from lies. It is built from pressure. Too much information, too much emotion, too much speed, too much social noise. Until independent thought feels heavier than simply going along. So, how do you wake up inside a system designed to keep you reacting? You pause. That sounds simple, but it is incredibly powerful. Before you share, pause. Before you believe, pause. Before you join the outrage, pause. Before you accept the popular opinion, pause. Ask yourself, who benefits from me feeling this way? Why am I seeing this message right now? Is this information making me clearer, or just more reactive? Do I believe this because I examined it, or because I have heard it so many times? The goal is not to distrust everything. That is just another trap. The goal is to slow down enough to choose what enters your mind. Because attention is not just something you give, it is something that shapes you. If you give it away without awareness, someone else can build your reality piece by piece. A repeated message becomes a belief becomes a reaction becomes a habit, and a habit becomes a life. Mass hypnosis is not magic. It is architecture, attention, emotion, rhythm, social proof, language, exhaustion. Layer by layer, it builds a mental environment where certain thoughts feel natural, and others feel almost impossible. But the moment you notice the structure, it loses its power. Because awareness creates distance, and distance gives you back your choice. So the next time the world demands your instant reaction, do something rare. Wait, think. Question the rhythm. Because the most dangerous spell is not the one that puts you to sleep. It is the one that makes you believe you are fully awake. If this conversation opened your eyes to a dynamic you have felt but could never quite name, consider hitting the like button. It is a small gesture, but it tells me that these deep dives into the mind really matter to you. And if you want to keep exploring these hidden corners of human psychology with me, I would love to have you join us by subscribing to the channel. But more importantly, I want to hear from you. Have you ever looked back and realized someone was using your own identity as a script against you? Or maybe you have seen the mask slip in real time. What is one belief you once accepted simply because everyone around you repeated it? Share that story in the comments below. I make it a point to read every single one of your thoughts, and I am truly interested in your perspective. Thank you for giving me your time today. It is the most valuable thing you have. I will see you in the next one.